You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell him that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostag. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
What's going on, Coach? Any update on Trey so far?
Nothing yet. We'll know more tomorrow.
And just how much, what are the offensive rebounds really hurt you guys when you were trying to make a run and then they just kept getting second chance opportunities?
I think it was throughout the game, really. I don't think it was just the end. I mean, it became a possession game at the end of the day, One-on-one on the board, 2-on-1 on the board, one-on-one drives. That's the game. So that's our growth. That's our challenge. The physicality on the interior right there, we got to be better. Obviously, we missed Eve, his presence down there in the paint, but no excuse, We had plenty of opportunities to get stops, and it just becomes one-on-one on the board. Somehow, some way, you got to get those. So, we'll watch it, we own it, and now we got to get better from that.
And Jeremiah Fears near triple-double tonight. What did you kind of see?
I thought he was great. I thought he was fantastic. Man, that kid is blossoming, maturity, aggression. The game has really slowed down for him, yet his speed is a presence out there, his pace, his poise, his defense. Really proud of him. He's done a hell of a job the last, week, 2 weeks. His progression has been significant. I'm proud of him and DQ. I want them to go enjoy this LA trip, come back ready to go, and, get us to the finish line. So, but I couldn't be more proud of him. The way he's handled this whole thing, the maturity, and the response has been phenomenal.
Just to build on that a little bit, he's finally getting to a point where he's stringing games together where you guys are winning his minutes, right? Look at the plus, minus, plus. What do you feel like he's done to adjust to kind of contribute to have that impact in the overall team sense?
I think it's decision making at the end of the day, especially when the ball's in your hands so much, I don't think, it's not like his speed has changed. It's not like his athleticism has changed. It's just how he's using it, and he's been more impactful in making better decisions, quicker decisions. He's very aware of his teammates now. Like, he's very aware of who needs the ball, where they need the ball, what we're calling, if he needs to speed up, slow down, and then the defense to me as well. It's not just, I think, maybe the numbers that were trending the wrong direction. A lot of that was on the defensive end. So let's just give him credit for the defense. One-on-one on the ball, getting through screens, guarding one-on-one, and then getting out in transition. And then I think just making the right decisions when he's getting to the paint. That is really slowing down for him. So it sounds pretty simple, but that's been the game for him. It's a very simple game that he's playing and having massive impact for our group.
JB, what's kind of your message to the team just going to the All-Star?
Go enjoy it, get away. It's been a long season to this point. This group's been through a lot this season to this point. But I love that battle they're showing, the growth they're showing. We got to come back and be ready to go. But I want them to clear their minds, get their bodies, refreshed, spend some time away from this, We all need some time away from this, and that's what this break is for. And then come back ready to go. We're going after this thing, and it doesn't get easy. We get, right to a back-to-back. So, but it's great. Get our guys some much-needed downtime, get away, and enjoy it.
Any updates on Trey? Anything?
Nothing on Trey yet. Whatever's been reported, I think, is there, and then we'll know more on Eve and Trey, I guess, in the next 24 hours. You sure?
I was going to ask, but
Enjoy your break.
All right. For all things Pelicans, now tune into the Pelican post-game report. We up in this thing. Shout out to fam. Appreciate y'all for all being in this episode of PPR. Do us a service by hitting that like button and the sub button, notification bell as well, and share. Share the show on your social media feed. Facebook, Instagram, doesn't matter. Take PPR with you. Big Q DC in for PPR final. Heat torch Pels 123-111. Dealt with a lot of stuff tonight. Dealt with many things. The disparity in the free throw shooting. In terms of what the ref was doing, I gave several keys during the pregame broadcast. But DC, nonetheless, how you doing tonight, brother?
pretty good, man. Can't complain. How about yourself?
Yeah, well, at this point, no, I can't. But interesting take on this is the fact. Well, actually, I could. But interesting take on this is that Borrego said that the guys get rested up because they're gonna go after this thing after the All-Star break. Anybody in the chat believes that? I'm not believe that, but do you have confidence or faith in that? Please chime in.
Hey, I got confidence and faith in that they're gonna go after it. Now, will they catch said thing? I have no fucking idea.
Well, DC, listen, we talked about this, bro. They were missing Norman Powell tonight. They were missing Tyler Hero. I thought much like the Giannis Milwaukee matchups, we've been missing some of their guys that we might have an advantage. Now, we were without me. See, that was kind of a little surprise for us not having him in there to match Ware's physicality and high motor. But it did show with the referees allowing the game to be played and kind of calling it in terms of the calls for the Pels. The physicality, man, is one of the things that kind of caught my eye on how physical the Miami Heat were getting with the Pelicans, man. What you thought about that?
Yeah, man, I thought the refs really hold the Pelicans tonight, man. It was just awful, bro. Like they shitted on them. That offensive foul, what they didn't call on Bam with Derek Queen, man, that really kind of killed their little comeback there. I don't know if we were gonna be able to execute it, but shit, we had got it down. I think it's like a 4-point game at that point, maybe 6-point game. And they had maybe 4 other calls, man. They got one when he just blatantly grabbed Zion and was holding him while he had the ball, but it was doing stuff like that all night, man. Herb drove down the lane, man. The dude pushed him with 2 hands.
Sure did.
And through the ball, they called nothing. You know what I'm saying? And it shows up, in the stats when you get to the stats, man. The free throw disparity was crazy. So I still look at that and the fact that this game was still there to be had. I mean, it shows you that they didn't totally just lose the basketball game because of that, because of the free throws alone. In my opinion, I think them starting out the game so sluggish the way they did and just what did I say, Q? I said, man, you want to beat the Miami Heat? What's the main thing you got to do?
Start
rebound, and you can't turn over the ball. Now, they didn't do horrible with the turnovers, but they still did worse than Miami. And they started off the game with like probably 3 or 4 turnovers in under 3 to 4 minutes.
And then clutch moments to the second half of the game, DC, they had several turnovers. I remember a couple of them with Zion Williamson trying to work his way in the paint, and then turned around and threw the ball to a Heat player without even looking where he was throwing the ball to. So it's a couple of things, man.
And get killed on the offensive boards, man. It's like, who is putting up the bulletin board material in there? Because, some other teams you could be like, man, well, they had this guy, they had that. Man, them people had Bam Adebayo, and you had Khalil Ware. It ain't like they got a whole bunch of bigs.
Right.
Why we can't rebound with them?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Sound
Like,
kind of frustrated
it's-
right
it-
there,
it-
brother.
Nah, I'm just saying it's crazy, man, because I didn't think the Pels were gonna win this game, but for them to lose the game, absolutely, the way I thought they would lose it. The referees was the cherry on top. Like they made it for sure that they was gonna lose it because they could have overcame some of this and got a little miracle win there. But there's still no substitute for not rebounding, man, and starting sluggish with those turnovers the way they did because the turnover numbers aren't too crazy. But you still shouldn't have 3-4 turnovers in under 3-4 minutes to start out the game. And you know this is a team if you want to win. You can't turn over the ball. You know what I'm saying? So it's just not locked in, man. Not focused. We didn't show up ready. We weren't prepared. And we could not, for some reason, figure out the zone until maybe the last 3-4 minutes of the game. So,
Yeah, it was problematic, bro. To be honest with you, man. And according to the stats, it's showing that the Pelicans were 16 to 15 in second chance points against them tonight, man. And
it felt worse than that.
yeah,
I
it
guess
did.
all them extra, you know what? They got them all them second chance opportunities.
Right.
And then they had free throws, to get bailed out too. When you get free throws, that still should count as second chance points, though, right? Or that just go in the free throw category.
You
It
talking
felt like more than that.
you talking about when they go to the line? I don't think they add the same. If I'm not mistaken.
I don't think that's added. If you would have added the free throws into the second chance points, it'd be no contest.
Yeah. Well, I get what you're saying.
Because there was a bunch of times where they played good defense, didn't get the rebound. Played good defense again. They go in the line.
Right.
That happened a lot.
It did, and that was the main thing that kind of hurt the Pelicans because they had 18 offensive rebounds. Pelicans had half of that, and a lot of that was several shots was stick back shots. That helped the team go. So yeah, that's been a point of contention I've been talking about for a while in terms of that. DC Miami, the bench scoring 48 to 20. So I mean, this is and 16 to 15 was the second chance point for the Pels. So I mean. Very interesting, man, to say the least. But yeah, the when you got a physical team like the Miami Heat, they will attack you. They're conditioned not to be turnover prone, and missing two of their top scorers, they still were able to get the victory over the Pelicans, like you mentioned. Pelicans had 13 turnovers, which don't seem as bad, but they gave up 24 points off of that. And you turn the Heat over 8 times single digit and get 14 points. So that's a 10-point swing right there. That's 10-point differential. You lose by, 12 points tonight? So, I mean, you add up the disparity in free throw shooting, 25 to 16. You add up the 3 3-point shots they hit on 14 to 11. In terms of the makes at the 3-point line, that's 9 more points than the Pelicans. And then you look at what I just talked about there, and you kind of get it all made up. So yeah, they pick at you, man, no doubt about it. They were physical with the Pelicans. The referees allowed them to be it. We couldn't come out with that win. But anyway, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all hit that like button as we get going. Pels points stats tonight, fam. 42 of 93 for 45%. Shout out to you, dude, says Willie Green fault. That's it. That's right. It all go back to Willie Green and Gail Benson. Don't forget that. All right, 42 of 93 for 45% tonight from the field. They were 11 of 31 for 35% and 16 of 19 for 84% from the foul line. That's Pelicans numbers. Heat were 42 of 102 for 41%. They were 14 of 47 for 30% from downtown and 25 of 33 from the foul line for 76%. The rebounds, the Heat was doing it. 56 rebounds versus the Pelicans 47, 18 of which was offensive versus just 9 for the Pels. Defensive rebounds were even at 38. The Pelicans 27 assists versus 25 by the Heat. The Heat beat the Pelicans in steals and blocks 8-5 and 9-3. Like I just mentioned, the turnover disparity. They had single-digit turnovers tonight. The Heat gave up 14 points off of 8 turnovers. The Pelicans, 13 turnovers, gave up 24 points. Pels did win the fast break game 25-9, which was positive, but they tied up the points in the paint battle 56-56. And it was one of those situations where, the largest lead the Heat had 17 versus the Pelicans 4. If you hit the box score individual numbers, we'll show you some interesting stats here to show that Zion was the leading scorer for the Pelicans tonight. In 33 minutes, he had 25 points, 12 of 9 from the field, and 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 turnovers, and for Zion tonight. Trey Murphy, in 27 minutes, he left at the late in the third, 19 points, 7 to 5, 15 shooting. He had 2 3-pointers. He was perfect from the foul line, 4 boards, 6 assists, 1 turnover for Trey Murphy, 14 for Sadiq Bey in 36 minutes of action. Struggled shooting the ball from the field, 4 of 15, but did hit 4 3-pointers, 4 of 9 from downtown. Perfect from the foul line, almost a double-double for Sadiq Bey. He had 9 rebounds to go along with 4 assists in the game. 12 from Derek Queen in the matchup. Derek Queen had 12 points and 5 rebounds tonight in 31 minutes of action. He was 4 of 8 from the field and 1 of 2 from downtown.
Why the hell does Derek Queen have 5 rebounds?
5 rebounds, and Zion had 4, so there you go. Herb Jones in 33 minutes.
Man?
I know, bro. Our big's supposed to be rebounding, but you got to leave it to Jeremiah. Jeremiah got the most tonight. Him and Sadiq. Sadiq had 9. Jeremiah had 9. Kayvon Looney had 9. So Herb Jones played 33 minutes tonight. He had 7 points. He must have listened to you, DC. Herb heard the show. He ain't shoot a lot tonight. He was only 1 of 3 shooting the ball and 3 of 6 from the field. So Herb listened to you. 4 rebounds, 2 assists. He did have 4 turnovers, 2 steals, and a block right there. Then you hit the bench, 31 minutes, 13 points from Jeremiah Fizz. He was 6 of 19 from the field. He hit 1 3-pointer, had 11 rebounds and 8 assists. He was plus 8 tonight. Fears almost had a double-double, 2 more assists, and he would have had that sucker. Had his first triple-double of the. I'm saying a triple-double. Yeah, that's what I mean. Triple-double. Almost had one, the first of his young career. Bryce McGowan's in 21 minutes finished with 12 points, 2 of 5 shooting, hit a 3-pointer. He was 7 of 8 from the foul line. He went to the line a lot. 1 rebound, 3 assists, and a steal for Bryce McGowan's, man. It's Jeremiah Fears and McGowan's continue to get good minutes off the bench. Carlo Mekovic played 13 minutes, had 3 points in the game. Kayvon Looney got a
rebounds though. What is going on? Big
there you go. Man. But he was plus 10 though on his plus minus. Kayvon Looney
get some goddamn rebounds, man.
14. Well, there go your rebounds. It's Kayvon Looney. He had 14 minutes, 6 points, and Kayvon did get 9 rebounds. DC. Right, he got 3 offensive rebounds, and he was plus 4 in the 14 minutes because Eves did not play because of a left calf situation, and that it is what it is. Jordan Poole didn't see any action. We could have definitely used some scoring from Poole. He's not hurt. I don't know why they're doing this with Poole, and I don't know what's the purpose of having Poole there and you're not using them. I don't understand that. The trade deadline's over with. If you're all in, you got to use everything you got to get there. And on the other side of that, take a look at with the Heat done. Bam, with his girlfriend watching tonight, the best player in all WNBA, 27 points in 14 boards.
One of the best in WNBA history.
She is. Asia is the truth. Let's just say that Asia is the truth. She got the fire. She got the skill set. She is the truth. 27 points from Bam in 37 minutes, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks, plus 15. Bam is the man in terms of his defense, locking down, doing everything. Khalil Ware was also doing a really good job. He had a couple of 3-pointers. The big guy in 28 minutes had 16 points and 12 rebounds, plus 18 from him. And, of course, 15 from Fontecchio. He had 15 points, hit 4 3-pointers on the Pelicans. And outside it, off the bench, you see, how I pronounce his name? Jaquez? What's the man's name?
Jaquez.
Jaquez, 35 minutes, 23 points. This dude is just awesome, man. I wish we had him on the team. 23 points. He didn't hit a 3-pointer, but 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Just got overall game, 3 steals, 2 blocks. Just an outright hustler every way you can get it. And these are some of the guys. So the Heat take it 123 to 111. They won the regular season series against the Pels. They beat them. What was it? Game 1 back on the 4th of January, 125 to 106, and now they finished the Pelicans off.
Damn game. Like we learned shit.
Finish them off, and that'll be it for the season. So the Pelicans fall to 15 and 41. Heat climbed to 29-27 going into the All-Star break. Go ahead, DC. Floor is yours.
Well, shout out to Jeremiah Fez, man, because watching this, I've never been so happy about a 6-19 performance. Um, it looked a lot better than what I read statistically because I was looking, I was like, damn, he took 19 shots and only made 6. It didn't feel like that. I mean, he had some brain farts, I guess, maybe towards the end of the game, that layup in 2 minutes, man. You just doing too much. That was horrible. But man, 8 assists for Fairs, man, 11 rebounds. You see him out there playing, man. He's using his speed to set up guys. Before halftime, he pulled the Zion. So I'm like, damn, Zion, he been talking to Zion about that shit. They working on that in the gym. Give him the ball with 3.5, 3.8 seconds or something like that left. And he turned that shit into a layup. Just like how Zion normally do, man. And I'm watching this dude just constantly get better, man. He's putting in the work. You can tell it shows. And hopefully it continues to trend upward in this direction for the rest of the season, because him going into the offseason, man, firing on all cylinders, having get a triple-double here or some 20-point plus performances, 7+ assists, all of these things are just going to be tremendous for his development, man, and his confidence. Him going to the bench. I know I saw somebody in the chat talking about telling them the rookies have fun, and y'all was like, man, shut up, you loser. We losing. But I actually think that's the right message for these guys, because this is development for them. And
What else could he tell them?
I mean, he should be hard on the rookies about losing.
He's not hard on anybody. He
He
congratulates everybody in losses.
That's his
That's right. That's the problem. This is a Willie Green philosophy thing that we need to get rid of, man.
We do.
It's a place for that, and it's a place not to do that kind of thing.
But nonetheless, for Jeremiah Fairs, though, I think the credit is well deserved, because he was a starter and they moved him to a bench role, and man, that's tricky. When you're dealing with rookies, man. Some guys, you moved them to the bench. He was drafted 7th. They probably looking at it, once they become a starter, they're gonna forever be a starter in the NBA for the next 15 years. They'll be the next James Harden or whatever they think, right? And then you get benched. And he handled it like a champ, man, and he's actually improving his game. And he's playing to a level, man. If he turns it up a few more notches, we might have to think about moving somebody out the starting lineup and putting him back in there. DeJounte Murray gonna be coming back, and I'm really curious to see. He gonna come back after the All-Star break, of course.
And do what? Pull a pool?
I mean, we gotta basically do a test drive. It's like we're trying to sell a car. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta put it out on the road and show everybody it still can accelerate, and the brakes work, and it can turn around curves and all that shit. So he got to get out there and play. But how are they gonna do this with Fairs? So I'm curious to see how that goes. I would hate to see it mess up his development, man. And pretty much that. And I guess Zion plays solid offensively. Obviously, the rebounds are an issue. Like, man, we was gonna have to rebound tonight. Rebounding is always a key of victory, but it was definitely gonna be one tonight. I just gotta get more than 4 rebounds, man. We needed multiple, double-digit rebound guys. And I mean, we got Sadiq with 9, you got Kevon Looney with 9, and Fairs with 11. But shit, we still lost the rebound battle by 9 rebounds. So we needed somebody else to get 9, at least to get up there close. And I would think Zion would have to be that guy, man. When Trey goes down, like you got to figure out a way, man. Best player on the team, and he has to decide to figure out a way to will this team to victory. Sometimes we've seen him do it before, and it's almost as if I don't know, man. He's taking the backseat shit again, and ain't no Brandon Ingram around. So Trey obviously wants it. He left the game with that injury. Cause I know everybody's looking at their TV like, man, what the hell is James Borrego doing? Why he ain't put Trey back in the game? Because he got injured, and I don't remember them talking about it much, or maybe I missed it. But it's like he just went to the bench and damn, it's been a long time. What the hell, Trey? At? Trying to figure it out, you realize he got injured. But Trey, them minutes, them extra 12 minutes that he normally probably would have played strictly about 38 minutes. You know, that cost us too. I wonder if Trey would have suited up, would we have been able to win? I don't think so, but we definitely probably couldn't win without him for sure. So, wasn't really a lot to be super happy about, man. The Pels started off really sluggish. I think the defense was better than the 123 points Miami got. You know, they got to the free throw line 33 times. But they got to figure out a way, man, to get out of their own way, especially offensively when they have these damn lapses again. This seems to be their calling card now. We've gotten away from just having, I guess, total collapses in quarters where you lose a quarter by 10, 12 points on the regular to it being these just long ass lapses where they aren't able to score, man. With the zone, and took forever to figure that out, man. This shit is just watching a bad movie over and over again sometimes, man. But we all knew the outcome of this game probably midway through the fourth quarter. We probably should have started the show then, right, Q?
Probably so.
We already knew this shit was coming.
Yeah, you could sense the energy of it, man. It was headed in the wrong direction. They just couldn't get enough stops. And this is what people's asked me about the Poole situation, man. I was doing some research
That's crazy.
online, and let me just share this with y'all, man, about the whole Poole fiasco of what I was able to look at online. They're saying that the reason why Jordan Poole is not playing is because the Pelicans front office and coaching staff have reportedly determined he's not a part of their future plans. Despite surviving the February 5th trade deadline, Poole has remained a healthy scratch for several consecutive games, including the loss tonight. Now, Coach Borrego and the Pelicans organization have essentially sidelined Poole for possibly these following reasons: the failed trade market. Pels attempted to trade Poole before the deadline, but no market materialized due to his immovable contract, almost $32 million this year and $34 next season, and his inconsistent performances. Rotation priorities. Borrego's prioritizing defensive physicality and development of young players like Fears and Queen. Poole's defensive limitations and inefficient shooting, 37% from the field, have made it impossible for the staff to justify minutes on a team focused on building a new identity, rehabbing his value. While he may get limited minutes later this season due to potentially rehabbing his trade value for a summer move, he's currently DNP CD, which is mean did not play coach's decision. And this is a little, information on DeJounte Murray's return. Nearing a return from the Achilles injury suffered in January of 2025. The deadline returned to practice in limited capacity this week. Borrego stated that the team expects to ramp his activity up the next few days and will establish a firm game timetable after the All-Star break. How they will bring him back, his minute restriction expected to start with limited minutes to avoid re-injury. An evaluation period. The team right now, as you know, we are 15 and 40, whatever the hell we are right now.
That's about right.
Yeah, 15 and 41.
Might have to add another,
15 and 41, which means they ain't in a rush to win instead, but they will use the final 2 months of the season to see if Murray is physically back to 100% to bolster his own trade value for the upcoming offseason. So his lineup impact, his return will further complicate Poole's situation, as Murray is the clear priority for guard minutes alongside the team's young core. So that'll be interesting to see how Borrego does it, because, it's two things here. You trade Jose Alvarado away for draft picks, 2 second-round picks. You then basically bench Poole, and then you open up more minutes, steady minutes, as you've seen over the last 3 games, 20 plus minutes a game for Jeremiah Fears. You've seen Bryce McGowan's been one of the main key benefactors since Jose was shipped out for those second round picks. And McGowan's has been really stepping in there. That's a Borrego's guy. Borrego loves Bryce McGowan's, and that's the clear thing right there. Just to give y'all a little backdrop on that before we jump into the next matchup against the Milwaukee Bucks on the 20th. Go ahead, DC. Any last thoughts on that?
No, let's go to the Bucks matchup, man. The Jordan Poole thing is weird. I guess I'll make one comment on that and then go to Milwaukee. I understand they say they determined he's not part of the future, but how the hell do you figure to trade him at all? So what are we just gonna be stuck with him? We're gonna take a $30 million cap hit. We're gonna sign him and give him his walking papers. Like I still don't understand them not playing
Mention
him
it for
at
Poole,
all.
DC?
Yeah.
Well, now that's what the report indicated. I don't think.
How can something go bad so fast? You just traded for him. We barely even know what he can do, and he's just written off already. Obviously, he probably don't want to be here.
I think he clashed. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he's clashing with Borrego. That's what I think's going on.
Right,
Because
so.
because I've never known anywhere that you would go in the NBA where a $30 million player would be set down for a two-way player. I've not known that. And Jordan Poole, even though he's been inconsistent, his minutes have been inconsistent. Like a lot of these people writing these articles, they will slam Jordan Poole, but they will not tell you that his minutes haven't been consistent either. And Jordan Poole is a rhythm player. You need to give him his minutes consistent. We've seen enough of Jordan Poole over different teams to see that he can help you win games.
He was playing bad when they sent him down. To be real, he actually was playing pretty solid for about the last 3 games before they sent him down.
Right, and that's the thing though, DC. When you talk about it, ain't like he's averaging 5 points a game or something ridiculous like that. Jordan Poole is actually average. Let me get his averages up. He's averaging over 14 points a game on 37% shooting in the limited time frame he's been playing.
On the team, bro.
Exactly, and he's averaging. Right now he's inconsistent, but the 14.5 is not bad. He's shooting 33, almost 34% from downtown. But like I said, it's not a steady system that they're building with Jordan Poole. Like you said, he just got here. The guy making $30 million. He's one of the top 4 highest paid people on the team. And I don't know too many places that you'll go and see a $30 million player being set down by a two-way. But here, he clashed with Willie Green. He clashed with Borrego. And I think that's what's really going on. And perhaps going into the offseason, they'll kind of look at this thing again. Like I said, Borrego, if I'm a betting man, I don't think Jordan Poole will be here and Murray could be here possibly. They'll be here longer than Borrego's ass is. I promise you that. When the end of the season happens, Poole and Murray will still be on his team. Borrego will not, and his entire damn staff will be gone too. So that's another caveat here, is maybe these bum-ass coaches couldn't get the most out of Jordan Poole. He was excelling in other places. He helped Golden State win a crown. He went to Washington and did some positive stuff in the leading role. You mean to tell me you come in and don't know how to play basketball? Perhaps our staff don't know how to use him, but it wouldn't be the first time. Same thing with DeJounte Murray. DeJounte Murray, $30 million player. Jordan Poole, $30 million player. Both guards with attitudes and egos. Both upset of how the Pelicans have handled their situation since they've been here. That's also something to kind of think about when you mix it. So like I said, Borrego, regardless of how he finished, he's out of here. Him and all these bum-ass coaches are gone. No disrespect. It's time for y'all to go. Y'all been here long enough and not accomplishing anything. And then we go into the offseason, find somebody else. Because there could be somebody that you hire that say, hey, man, I can do something with Jordan Poole. I have a proper role for him in my system. I think I can do something with him. DeJounte Murray?
They're not going to beat him up about not being the best defender, probably, like how
exactly. They'll probably find a role for him or something like that. Like I said, DC, it's like if he's not starting, if he's the 6th man, I think if you make it $30 million a year, you do the 6-man thing. But like I said, you've seen CJ McCollum making $30-something million. And CJ wasn't playing that shit. CJ McCollum He wasn't playing that. So Poole
No,
wasn't
his
playing it.
ass went straight to the bench in Atlanta. He over there coming off the bench over
Well,
there.
that's there. That's there. As he been traded twice since then. But I'm saying here was a different effect because he know he
We
can
got
work the
got this soft ass coaching over here.
right. Exactly. Exactly. You're not gonna tell Quinn Snyder what to do and how to do it. Quinn Snyder has a vision for how he's gonna
And
work
and
his team and all
and
that. So
also Quinn Snyder probably set CJ McCullough down, ran X's and O's, and gave him a whole strategy on what they gonna do. You know what I mean? Like
right.
he actually probably laid it all out where it made sense.
Indeed. Indeed.
We ain't about
Uh
to do that shit.
nah, these guys, I told you we got I keep telling people coaching is a major issue. The Pelicans have talent. They spending the money, they don't have the proper system to get the worth out of these men.
Everybody who leave here,
They
go
go
and
somewhere
play
and
great.
excel.
Jose, what, just scored 25 off the bench, 5 steals.
That's what I'm saying.
You got Najee Marshall out there playing like a starter in Dallas.
All these guys, they go places and they excel because there's a role. You have to have organization. You got to have a coach that has a vision. Not one sitting up here don't know what he's doing. This guy's an assistant coach. He's a backer. He's an assistant coach to help you construct the plan. He doesn't have the charisma or the organizational ability or none to pull off being a head coach in the league. He failed and stops. That's why other people went away from Borrego. When they interviewed for jobs, they went away from him and hired other guys who had the moxie, that had the charisma to make guys believe in what they were doing. They knew how to talk to him and move him around and do that. So I mean, it's a part of that, and we have to have that type of coach. That's the last remaining piece, I think, for the Pelicans organization. It's been so long drawn out, and they're so stupid over time that they kept falling over themselves, and they made every error that you could possibly make as a team, scratching out everything. We failed doing this, we failed doing that, and ultimately failed at all these other things, then corrected, and then they come to the last part, which is the coaching. Well, actually, two things. It'll be the coaching and finishing, putting together the health staff. So, adding to that. So outside of that, man, I mean, that's what I've been saying. But anyway, let's head into this preview. We got the Bucks, DC. We just seen the Bucks. And the next time we see the Bucks after the All-Star break, it could be possible that Giannis will be back for that game. Matter of fact, he's slated to return
Here we go.
for the 20th.
Not just Giannis, Cam Thomas.
Cam Thomas is there. So and they've been playing with. They've won 4 out of 5. So they've been, since Cam Thomas went there. He had a really good game. What was that, tonight or yesterday? He lit up another team when the Brooklyn Nets released Cam. That's instant offense. That's like an instant grits off the coming up off the bench, shooting your eye out. Ryan Hollins, another fantastic guard that really showed the Pelicans out the last time we played him. He had a foot issue. He'll be back for the 12th. Giannis will be back for the 20th. Taurean Prince is also listed as coming back. Trey Murphy, who's dealing with a shoulder. Eves dealing with a calf. PV, who's dealing with a toe. And DeJounte Murray with that Achilles. All of these guys are estimated to return on February the 20th. So you'll see the Pelicans team 100% healthy going up against the Milwaukee Bucks club. And like I said, they've won the Bucks have won 4 out of the last 5 contests. And they're playing like somebody, man. They're playing like somebody and trying to handle up on the business. Of course, the Pelicans, as you see on here, the Pelicans have lost 3 games in a row to the Milwaukee Bucks, including the last game we played them not too long ago without Giannis. And the series right now, like, we lost 141 to 137. It was an overtime game. We lost in overtime. Should have went to overtime. But this is an opportunity coming up Friday 20th, 7 p.m. Central, tip-off time, to get a little revenge back against the Milwaukee Bucks. We got a tough stretch of games once we get out of our home schedule. If we get out of our home games and then we hit the road, we got that, 5 or 6 game West Coast trip where we got a bunch of tough teams we got to play. And that's the stretch that if the Pelicans are serious, they got to make some moves to get there. So, DC, let's talk about this thing about the Bucks. What's the keys to victory here, man? What we need to do to beat the Bucks on February the 20th?
First off, I don't know what version of the Bucks we go be playing, but based on what we saw last time, man, we have to get that 3-point shooting under control because we can't expect to go in there and shoot at such a high clip. So I
Y'all
would
chime in
focus
the
on
chat
that.
too. Let us know who wins the game and why. Also, chime in the chat, fam. Go ahead,
You
DC.
talked about them in the pregame or the pre-post or the pre-screen. You know, you talked about them running the zone, right?
They
To
don't know
try
how
to
to
get
do
on the
that.
3-point shooters. This might be a time to try it. You got 8 days to figure it out.
They're not going to be practicing all those 8 days, DC.
Shit, 3 of 'em. Take
They're
a
going to
week
need two
off and
weeks.
y'all get
I
y'all
don't know,
ass back to work if you
but I'm
trying to
just
go
saying.
at it, right?
I'm just saying who really out of the.
They going for it, right? Ain't that what they
But
said?
but let me ask you this, bro. Seriously, with the All Star break coming, could any of these players realistically, of course we know that Queen and Fears are going to be in the. Aren't they slated to go into the young All Star? I mean the young up and coming rising stars, whatever that junk is called. Are any of our players involved in any of
Well,
the
yeah,
festivities?
we got the
Trey
two
Murphy, is
rookies.
he involved?
Trey Murphy should have been in the 3-point contest, bro. That is insane to me. Trey Murphy is like think the fourth or is it the sixth leading guy in 3-pointers? People been posting that all day, man. They got Bobby Portis in the 3-point shooting contest, Q. The fuck? Why is Bobby Portis in the 3-point shooting contest and
I
not Trey
don't know.
Murphy?
Somebody psyched his head up like he a 3-point shooter.
I don't. I mean, he made 94 3-pointers this year, but Trey Murphy
Well, there
got
you go.
166.
He probably elected not to, DC. So
I don't get it, man. It just don't make sense. But I'm saying it don't, but really it does because we're the Pelicans. We're losers. So when you're losers, usually stuff like this, you don't really get thought about. People don't take you serious. And and that's right, Lavelle said, why is Dame Lillard in it? Dame Lillard is in the goddamn Dame Lillard ain't
but
played
add,
basketball.
add,
We didn't see
add,
Dame Lillard in about a year and a half.
yeah, to add some type of familiarity with it, I guess. I mean, he trying to do something, man.
I don't hate that though. I really don't hate it, but it's like I just can't understand. You got a guy who what that was last week when Trey he had the record for probably most threes in the game this year, or tied it, or broke it. I don't remember if he broke it or if he tied it. And you don't put that guy in the 3-point contest?
I know,
Then
man.
on top of that,
I think Trey probably elected not to be in the DC, but yeah, they saying
he
that
like one of the league
fears
leaders
and Queen.
in dunks. He's
They
one of the
saying
league leaders in dunks too. Q. You don't put
they
him in the
saying
dunk contest?
I don't know. I don't think he want he don't
He
want to
said he
participate.
said that he never got an invite, bro. They asked him about it for the 3-point.
Oh, okay,
He
okay.
said he did not receive an invite, and if he received an invite, he would win.
Well, Fears and
What you
Queen is
do with that
slated for the
information is what you want to do with it.
yeah. Fears and Queen is slated for the Rising Stars game. So that's there. But anybody else? No other names. No Zion. No Trey. No none of that. So
But I mean, we are losers though, so I mean, there is that part. So
yeah.
I guess if we want anything to change with the Pels as far as the narrative of all this type of stuff, we got to win some games, man. Are they gonna keep treating us like second class citizens of the NBA?
DC, I could tell you another person that's in the All Star game.
Oh,
Brandon Ingram.
yeah,
He replaced Steph
rightfully,
Curry.
rightfully so.
Brandon Ingram's in the All Star game.
He should be. When you lead the Pels, you go to the All Star game and
Oh
you
man,
contend in the playoffs and you possibly play for championship contention. That's what happens.
indeed, a good coach and a team with vision can do wonders for your career. Who would have thunk it?
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, so do they win or not, DC? What's the call on this, man? Do they get the victory against them? Do we even the series up right here? This is the last time we'll get an opportunity to see
Tricky
this team.
one, man, to me because it depends. If Giannis come back, hell no, we don't win.
I think Giannis is supposed to be back for this game.
If Giannis come back, we don't win. It's that's I don't see him
So,
pulling a rabbit out the hat for this one. If Giannis come
so
back, you got Giannis and you got Cam Thomas to deal with, and we're gonna have to deal with Amir Coffey and who was this other guy who put up
Ryan
some buckets
Hollins.
on Ryan Hollins put up buckets on us.
Hollins is a baller, man. Hollins is a baller, man.
Man,
He
if
a
we
baller.
everybody writing the Bucks off, man. Cam Thomas over there.
Nah, he changes
Let's say if
things.
he
Yeah.
can pick up and he can play and actually be a borderline all-star level type player for them, I mean that changes a lot.
Yeah, Kevin Porter looked real good against us too, man. So I mean, Kevin Porter's energy. You got Cam Thomas is coming off the bench. They're healthy. Like we saying, Giannis is the missing part. We know Ryan Hollins will be back on the 12th, according to the reports. So you can see Ryan Hollins, Kevin Porter Jr., AJ Green shot the Pelicans lights out. Kyle Kuzma is Kyle Kuzma. Miles Turner. You see Cam Thomas, Gary Harris, Bobby Porters, Pete Nance, who is Larry's brother, young brother, is there. So yeah, and then they're well coached. So the Milwaukee Bucks, all of a sudden, man, is a team trying to turn it around. They're winning some games. Will that stick and stay, and will they ultimately kind of decide to tank it out and whatever? I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's going to be tough, DC, because we had this team the first time we played them, and this time around, man, I don't know, man. Giannis supposed to be back for this game. Even if he doesn't play, it's still a difficult matchup for the Pelicans. It really is, man. And on the 12th, they got one matchup too, because they're on a 3-game road stand themselves. They got a matchup against the OKC Thunder happening. So that's tomorrow at 6:30. They play the Thunder. So that's going to be a tough matchup for them as well, man. But yeah, they're 8 games back of 500, man, and they seem like they're trying to make a run at something, man. We'll see. But I would have to say whether Giannis plays or not, I think the Bucks beat the Pels. That regardless or not, they just don't do enough of anything well consistently for me to kind of hang my hat on the Pelicans. They don't defend well enough. They do some positive stuff here or there. They still doing the dumb switching stuff. They still not communicating like we need them to communicate, and it's just not enough. And I don't know what Brago think he's going to do coming up with these next bunch of games, but whatever he's doing, he got to completely flip the script and start getting really aggressive and stop congratulating these guys in losses and really start putting their feet to the fire. He got to get better with his rotations. He's going to need some scoring power. So you get DeJounte Murray and Jordan Poole. You better make nice with Poole and get them right. We're trying to develop fears and all this kind of stuff. But at some point, you the coach, you got to figure out how you can get Poole going. He's still averaging 14 points a game. You can use that. If Murray gets going, he might throw in 12 to 14 points a game. We still need that help. We still need that scoring prowess off the bench to help us when our starters are struggling. So they're gonna have to figure it out one way or the other, man, and get this shit together, man, and make a run. If they're gonna make a run, they're in a very deep hole. And they have to switch the mentality of a lot of stuff that this guy been doing over time, man, to turn this around. But yeah, I'm gonna have to say this or no. I think the Bucks sweep the Pelicans on the regular season, bro. That's how I see. They just don't do enough, man. They just don't do enough of anything for me to kind of have faith in them. They really don't, bro. They really don't. Sorry for the sorry team, but they do not do enough of anything for me to say they'll take care of business. All right. So anyway, and some of the people in the family members in the chat said the same thing. Hey, man, yeah. I don't have any faith in them because they haven't showed us enough. And right now the Pelicans are 15-41. It's a long way to go, man. February the 20th. That's after the All-Star break, man. The Pelicans will take some time off. We'll take some time off. Might be a few updates here or there from the All-Star break and updates on the injury situation with Eves and Trey Murphy III. We'll let you guys know as well. So we hit that All-Star break, man, and we'll be back and I'll let you guys.
Y'all should take some time off too, family. Y'all deserve it. Y'all need a break from the Pelicans.
Yeah, Lavelle says Herb to the pine. Yes, indeed, man. See, also that's the thing. Like we have a Sadiq Bey. You don't really have a point guard running the team, right? You got you have Herb and Sadiq in that starting lineup along with Trey, Zion, and Queen. Queen's kind of up and down. He's a rookie, still trying to figure it out, and you still don't have that situation. So you might have to kind of jumble up that lineup. One of them guys might have to come out of that starting lineup. You might have to insert one of those $30 million point guards you got to kind of stabilize it, because DC, we talked about this. Is my last point. We'll dart out of here. The best floor general you got is a guy named Murray. So if he has the temperament, if he's good, depending on his minute restriction, because we know he'll be coming into a minute restriction coming out of that. So we'll see what Borrego does there, but I don't see any push, any type of thing you're talking about getting into a playing tournament or whatever without having your $30 million players helping you in some capacity, not sitting there earning their money freely. You got to, as a coach, you got to get these guys going because they're making $30 million for a reason. That's just outrageous to me, a $30 million player just sitting on the bench. You can justify saying we got him sitting there because we don't want to trade him. That's one thing. But trade deadline has been several days past, and we need to move and do something here. We need that points. So anyway, bro, go ahead. With your thoughts on that, we'll bounce out.
Nah, man, I just say everybody go ahead and relax, take a goddamn break from the Pels, unwind. Man.
You taking a vacation? You going
get some smiles on your face, decompress.
You going to vacation? You going to
like I said, decompress from being depressed about the Pels, man, and let's see what they can do on the other half of the season. Well, it's really, they call it the other half of the season, but what we got, like a little bit over a quarter of a season,
something like that, man.
And let's see what we can see, man, because it looks like we might have something to be, I guess, excited about, at least with Jeremiah Fizz and possibly Derek Queen, man. Them coming from the All-Star break, you can get to see how that impacts them, man. Maybe that'll make them lock in a little bit more, try to push their game to another level. So we'll see, man. As far as me, Big Q, no, I ain't going on no vacation, but I will be maxing and relaxing, man, and not think about the goddamn Pelicans. That's for sure.
Indeed, we all could use a break, man, and this will be our little break. And we'll be back when we got a new one for y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. Y'all feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Feel free to share the show on social media feed. PPR in the building, hitting the All-Star break, man. And we're going to holler at y'all, man, with a report as soon as we can on Trey, with DeJounte Murray. Any latest news, we'll let you guys know. With that being said, we out. Much love. Peace. Go Pels.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network. For all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's something, don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumping where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, Big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostag. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever.
Hey, New Orleans! Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jackson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the Riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with thehootetdaily.com. Your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit thehoodatdaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation.
Welcome to the Pro Shop, where we create authentic NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping the Pro Shop, the Pel Shop, or the Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit. Check for links in the description section below or in the chat.